Hi, this is Sharmin here. In this video, I'm going to talk about active transport. Alright, so before I start my class, please make sure you subscribe my channel. Then you can find new video. And do you think this video is helpful for you? Please give a thumbs up and share it to family and friends. So let's get started. So active transport, what do you mean by active transport? So active transport is the movement. This is a process, all right? So that is the movement of molecules, that is the ions, through transport protein across a cell membrane against their concentration gradient. All right, so that is active transport. So why is it important? So active transport is important for reabsorption in the kidneys. Alright, so where certain useful molecules and ions have to be reabsorbed into the blood and after filtrations into the kidney tubules. So it's also involved in the absorption of some products of digestion, that is from gut. That is from the gut. Whenever you eat something, so its body absorbs. So that is the process, active transport. All right, how about plants? So in plants, that is active transport is used to load sugar from the photosynthesizing tissue for transport around the plant and load inorganic ions from the soil into the root hairs. All right. So now I'm going to talk about the process. What's the process? Active transport, how they work. All right. So active transport, that is the movement of molecules or ions through a transport protein across a cell membrane against their concentration gradient using energy from ATP. So what is ATP? That is adenosine triphosphate. All right. So if the concentration of particular ions, so for example, that is potassium and chloride. So potassium and chloride inside cells is measured, and it is often found that they are 10 to 20 times more concentrated inside than outside. So what do you mean by that? So that means a concentrated gradient exists with a lower concentration and higher concentration that is inside the cell. So ions must accumulate against a concentration gradient. What's that? That is concentration gradient. So why? What's the reason? So reason that diffusion. So diffusion cannot be responsible for this gradient. So ions diffuse from high concentration to low concentration, and ions inside the cell originally come from the external solution. For example, active transport is achieved by carrier proteins, and each of which is specific for a particular type of ions, or you can say molecules. So it requires energy, and because movement occurs up a concentration gradient, so the energy is supplied by a molecule, that is ATP. So what's the ATP? That is adenosine triphosphate. So which is produced during a respiration inside the cell. Where is it? Inside the cell, our body cell, our whole body. There is a million of cells, right? So the energy is used to make the carrier protein and exchange its shape. So sodium and potassium pump, for example, of a carrier protein used for active transport. So you can find such a pump cell surface membranes of all animal cells. Where is it? Animal cells. Ions are both, that is positively changed, and so the net result is that the inside of the cells become more negative than the outside. That is, potential difference is created across the membrane. So why? What's the reason? The role of a sodium and potassium pump is to pump 3 sodium ions of the cells at the same time. So it's as allowing 2 potassium ions into the cell for each ATP molecules used. So pump has a receptor site for ATP on its inner surface. and ATP enzyme is bringing about the hydrolysis of ATP to ADP. So ADP, that is adenosine diphosphate, and also phosphate to release energy. So guys, I hope that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and see you soon with another new video. Thank you very much for watching my video.